My 2015 Subaru WRX Limited CVT is about to hit 45,000 miles. Let's talk about it. What it's like to own, what's going on with it, what problems have I had in the last 10,000 miles. Let me tell you everything. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I post a lot of cool automotive and WRX content. The main focus of this video is that something has been going on with my car. I'm pretty sure I figured out what it is, but I want to tell you guys what it is. I got a check engine light recently, and I really wasn't sure what it was going to be, what the problem was, because it was a knock sensor. And getting a knock sensor code is not a good thing. It's really, it's really scary because you're not sure what it is. It's either going to be really serious or it's something super trivial. So it can be a scary thing to get a check engine light, read the code, and see knock sensor. I did my due diligent research. I looked on forums, I looked online, and a lot of people said that sometimes it gets thrown off if you have bad gas. So I had a low tank. I probably had less than a quarter of a tank. My gas light was about to go on, and the check engine light was on. So I was trying to diagnose this and make sure it wasn't a serious problem and I wasn't going to have to take it into the dealer. So what I did is I went out, filled the tank with Shell V-Power Premium, that's 93, and drove it. After about 20 minutes, the check engine light went off. I checked it again. It didn't clear itself, but it was no longer a pending code. So basically, I was able to diagnose it. It was a P0357. I think that was the number, P0357. And it was a knock sensor code. It just said knock sensor error. And yeah, so I filled it up with V-Power Premium fuel from a popular gas station that has a lot of foot traffic, a lot of car traffic. It's pumping a lot of gas, and the check engine light went away. Why am I telling you about this? Well, I think a lot of you guys are interested in check engine lights, but it also seemed to be a very common thing with the 2015 through 2019, the FA20 WRXs. My advice to all of you guys is if you're getting check engine lights, one of the first things to do, fill up your tank, readjust your gas cap, retighten it. Those are the two biggest things that are going to cause check engine lights for things that are not serious at all. So I really do recommend it, and I can't emphasize enough, make sure you're running good gas through your car. It makes a huge difference, and it definitely keeps the car a lot healthier. And to all you guys that are asking, has my WRX broken, or is it broken? Do I need to fix anything? No, it's not. I was just getting that one check engine light. That's it. We're going to go forward. I really apologize, too, for this. There's a lot of weird sun today at work, and I'm battling with sunlight, so this is my time to film this video, so I do apologize for that. What else has been happening with the car? At 45,000 miles, I am starting to focus in on other things like interior care. I'm outside of the warranty, so anything that happens in the interior, I'm liable for. So I'm doing a lot of leather wipes for the leather seats so you can rehydrate the leather and clean it. I'm also doing that for my steering wheel, so I don't get any type of peel, because I had that before. I got it replaced under warranty. I don't think I caused it. I think the first owner caused it, but I'm keeping better care of it. I've also been checking my engine air filter and my cabin air filter more frequently. I don't know exactly why, but I feel like as the car gets older, those things become a little bit more important, especially the engine air filter. You want to keep the interior air clean. You want to keep odors out. You want to keep potential odors out. It's probably the best way to do it. And that's the other thing that I've been really focusing on, is making sure that I'm keeping the car clean and free from any odors that could then kind of pollute the interior of the car and get it to a point where I cannot remove that odor. I don't smoke, I don't do anything like that, but I like to keep my car as new smelling as possible, both for my enjoyment, for the value of the car when I pass it along to its next owner at some point, and for everybody that rides in the car with me. I've also been a lot more diligent about oil changes. I think it's really important as the car gets older to change your oil more frequently, more, to the line where it's supposed to be changed. And I've been driving the car a little less hard. I don't really drive it that hard, but I've been giving it more time. If you have a CVT, you know that when you shift from, let's say, reverse to drive, you need to give it a second so the transmission can engage. Don't rush it. You'll get a clunk. You'll get a little bit of jerkiness, so don't do that. I've been really vigilant, making sure nobody that's driving my car is going from reverse to drive and immediately engaging the throttle, because obviously that's going to happen. It could damage the transmission. So just little things like that. And other than that, really, this is just a short update at 45,000 miles. I mean, these cars, I don't want to say bulletproof, knock on the wood, whatever. I don't want to say bulletproof, but they are doing really well. I mean, at least my car is doing really well. I haven't had any issues with the transmission, with the engine. I really haven't spent that much money in ownership of this car. I'm spending a lot in gas, but you can assume that's going to be for any car. The most money that I've spent is the depreciation of the car, just because I've put so many miles on it. But that's really it. I haven't had to spend any out-of-pocket money to fix anything on this car yet. So that's great. Powertrain warranty until 100,000 miles or 10 years. Really not worried about anything powertrain because it will get replaced for free. So I'm really pleased with the way the car is performing, what it's doing for me, the value that I'm getting from it. And I think 45,000 miles is a big plus. And I know that that starts to get to the point where people start thinking of cars as old, 45 or 50,000 miles. They start to think, you know, this is a pre-owned vehicle. This is something that I have to consider because it's a used car. And I guess this review is meant to say that these cars don't get that way at 45,000 miles. This car is no different at 45,000 miles than it was when I bought it at 27,000 miles. So it's all relative, but these cars are, you know, they're very resilient, so it's a cool thing. The last thing to note is that I've noticed it, and I know it's the winter, but I've noticed that the AC needs to be recharged because every once in a while we get a warm day. Like it was 31 degrees out this morning, and it's kind of warm right now in the sunlight. But the AC does need to get recharged. I recharged it about a year ago when I bought the car, 9 months ago. So that is something to consider, that if you're using it a lot, you may have to charge it yearly, which seems to be a bit fast for cars. My first experience with the WRX. So I don't think I have a leak. I hope I don't, but I think it needs to be recharged. It may have just been an instance, but something that I did want to report. Well, thanks for watching my quick update, guys. I know there's not a lot of crazy stuff to hear about the car because it's in great condition, so I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you sticking through. I've got a lot of content planned in the future, so stick along if you want and subscribe, and I appreciate it all. Thanks, guys.